Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 smartphones that are still worth checking out. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, get notified for more videos just like this. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. Now today we're going to be taking a look and revisiting the Alcatel 3V 2019 from 2019. Now this is an older smartphone. It has a 6.7-inch display, but I still think it's worth checking out in 2021. Now you do get the power brick included, USB cable with Type-C charging in addition to that, as well as a 6.7-inch display. Really beautiful to look at on here. People with bad eyesight or something like that may want to take a look at this device still. Now you do get a ton of updates on here. We are on January 21, 2021 update, which is kind of crazy, and we're actually getting another one. So you can see right here we have the January 21 update. Now the body of this device is all plastic, but it actually has this texture on it which will not be prone to fingerprints or smudges. Just a really nice material, because it's also not going to scratch either. Now we do have a 720 by 1440 display, 18 by 9 ratio, which is like the older aspect ratio, and 240 pixels per inch. This device also does have facial recognition, a fingerprint sensor, dual speakers, and Type-C charging, along with the 3.5mm headphone jack. Now something that's really crazy is this device does have the IR blaster, so that means that we will be able to control things like the AC, the TV, the VCR, and things of that nature. Let's have a P22 processing chip in here, so it's pretty decent for when it comes to gaming. We have the March 2021 update, and the battery on this guy is also going to be a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, so you will get plenty of battery when it comes to using this device throughout the day. But I really like the big screen for when you're reading and looking at text, especially if you wear glasses or something like that. It would definitely be really good. Now the cameras on this device are pretty average, nothing too spectacular, but we do get portrait, we do get AR emoji, manuals, filter, time lapse, and light trace on this guy as well. So some pretty decent modes when it comes to the camera, but nothing that's gonna blow your mind or knock you like out of the water or anything like that. But pretty decent cameras overall. And the next phone is the Blue Vivo X6. Now this phone is a little bit more easier to handle in the hand. We have a 6.1-inch phone with 64 gigabytes of RAM as well. We do get the power brick included, headphones, Type-C charging as well inside of here. So Blue also just gives you everything that you need. They even include stickers and things of that nature. Now you can get this device for around $109. It has a removable battery, so what that means is that when Amazon makes it available and this battery goes dead, you can pretty much take this out by removing the whole back cover, and you get expandable storage on one slot here for SIM, another slot here, micro SD for some expanding the storage. There's the battery cell right there. So I think that's something that's really rare and hard to find now in 2021. But we do get the facial recognition on this one, fingerprint sensor as well. So I think that's really cool. The really nice size in the hand. It's all plastic body on this device. Also, we get 17 by 1500 on this display. So it's pretty decent performance on here. But the one thing you want to note is that this device did get, I believe, an update. I'm not sure if it's here yet. Let me see. Update is almost done, but we'd have to actually, I'd actually have to charge the phone up to 50%, but we do get Android security patches on here, which is kind of cool. Now this is a micro USB charging on the bottom, so just keep that in mind. But we do get a headphone jack at the top, dual cameras, but not dual speakers, Bluetooth 4.2, as well as the Alcatel 3V has Bluetooth 4.2, just like this one. So a lot of phones in this price point will, have that older Bluetooth technology, just to keep that in mind. But pretty decent when it comes to the overall, just like gameplay on here. You're not going to be disappointed pretty much for the most part. Everything seems to run pretty smoothly and things of that nature. So I didn't really have any headaches or anything like that, but I definitely could say it was pretty good for just normal use. Now the screen could be a little bit brighter on this device, but other than that, it's going to be really good. You know, you won't have any real issues with this thing. So, you know, just the overall good device when it comes to that. But I honestly think that's gonna be pretty cool, guys. So you know, the gaming on here, even the cameras are pretty decent. So we do get a 13 megapixel on here, 2 megapixel as well. So you're gonna be able to get those bokeh shots that you might want to take on the portrait. We also do have a face mode to enhance the beauty of your face, smooth that out or anything like that, any rough patches. Slow motion is on here, which is kind of cool. I do like the fact that they put that on here because a lot of phones in this price point don't offer the slow motion. And as far as other features, we have professional time lapse, burst shot, and QR scanner. Now the Umidigi A3 X is another phone that's pretty good from 2021. It has Android 10 on here. It was released 2 years ago. 3 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of internal storage, but you can move the apps to the SD card. We also do get a 5.7-inch display, which is really beautiful. I can't stress that enough. It's got 294 pixels per inch, so the screen looks absolutely gorgeous. It's 720 by 1512. And you do have that medium notch display on here. Now, I really do like the performance of this device. It's got a quad-core processing chip, but it's going to be really zippy when you're using it in this price point. You know, it's a 12 nanometer processing chip, so the speeds are going to be delivered really quickly. Also, we do get a gyroscope on here, compass, accelerometer, light sensor, metal build, and glass back on here. We also get 60 megapixel camera, as well as a portrait camera for 5 megapixels. So I think that's kind of cool because you can mess around with the portrait beauty modes, things like that. You also do get some other features on here to play around with. Beauty mode, you get some masks that you could kind of mess around with for your face and things of that nature. But you know, I didn't have any issues with this phone. I really do still love it. It's got Android 10. It's got you know, a decent 8 megapixel front facing camera on here as well. So if you're the type of person who likes to take still photos, I definitely think you will get some pretty good quality out of this thing. But for the most part, I didn't have any issues with it. It was pretty good. It stood up to the test of time. It's still doing pretty good in my use of today, using it and everything like that. It's got a headphone jack, has micro USB, a single firing speaker on here, fingerprint sensor, and facial recognition on this device. So, you know, I think that's pretty cool as well. But if you made it this far, leave hashtag Mint Mobile down below with your name next to it and some emojis, and I'll send you out a Mint Mobile card free of charge. Also, it does give you this gaming mode on here. When you're in games, you can mute notifications and things like that. But I just really enjoy using this device for, you know, pretty much like anything. I like that I can move my apps to the SD card and things of that nature. Also, the speakers sound pretty decent on here as well. So I didn't have any issues with that, guys. It was a really nice phone, still is really nice. I could definitely recommend it if you could find where to get it. I'll leave a link down below so you could find where to get one of these. But if they still have it available on Amazon, I'll make sure to leave a link as well. But you know, like I said before, the gaming on here is going to be pretty decent for the price. It's not going to be, you know, like going to blow your mind away, but for the price, yeah, I could definitely still recommend it. You know, that's pretty cool as well. But let me know what you guys think about the device right here. I still think it holds up really well 2021. And of course, they do give you a great opening experience when you're looking at the box. You get your charging brick, your fast charging USB, micro USB charger on here. Now this is another phone that I love under $200. It's the Alcatel C17 Pro. It's gonna come with a case, a charging brick, you know, the USB-C cord as well. So I think that's pretty cool that it does have the Type-C. Now we do get a 6.3.35 inch display on here. We do get facial recognition on this device as well. Fingerprint on the back, plastic body, decent weight, the P30 processing chip, 4 gigabytes of RAM on here as well. So I think that it offers a nice amount of storage for this price. 19:5:9 aspect ratio, 271 pixels per inch. So it's like a medium density display, but the storage is really good, and it does have a gyroscope on here. So when you game, you won't have to worry about, like, you know, that it's gonna have that. So I think that's pretty cool. We also do get Type-C, and we don't have a US 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on here. So you will need to get like an adapter like this one, and then plug that in and then put your headphones inside of here. But you know, I didn't really find that too inconvenient because I have one. And then you can use the picture right here for beauty, bokeh, video. Everything comes out pretty decent. When I was taking some you know, pictures, videos, things came out really nice. The phone is still pretty zippy at this price. So you could get some pretty decent bokeh out of this for the money that you're using. And you won't really feel like you got ripped off because it's a really zippy phone for the price as well. Now, this was one of the first phones I ever picked up with a punch hole cutout on the left-hand top corner. I found that to be really nice when I was using it. We do get the P3023 on here, like I said before, 4 gigabytes of RAM. And like I said, guys, oh wow. You know, it's gonna offer some pretty decent performance on this guy. I was impressed with the gameplay on here as well. It wasn't bad. They did offer you a nice gameplay on here. It wasn't too bad whatsoever. So I could definitely appreciate that. Last of my favorite phones in 2021, under $200, is Umidigi A7S. You get a power brick case, charging brick. You get a pretty decent display. You get facial recognition on here. Now, Umidigi is known for their really good screen displays on here. Facial recognition like you saw here. No fingerprint on here though. Quad-core processing chip with 2 gigabytes of RAM. But the facial recognition is pretty good. It's recognizing me even with the glasses on, which is kind of impressive. 1600 x 720 display on here. So the speeds on here are really good as well. I didn't have any issues with it either. Now, when it comes to this device, we do get a gyroscope. You do get a temperature thing for your thermometer on the back of here, which is kind of crazy. Gyroscope, like I said before, light sensor, proximity sensor. 13 megapixel camera, 8 megapixel camera, 2 megapixel camera, 8 megapixel on the front. So when it comes to the photo quality, you do get a wide angle, and you do get some other options to mess around with, like portrait. So I think that's kind of cool that they give you so many different modes for a really budget device. It's also running on Android 10 as well, but the fact that they give you so many different modes actually makes it worth the money. $70 for all of these features is really good. So you're getting the Android 10 software on here. You're definitely getting a pretty decent processing chip with the quad-core processing chip. It was one of the best ones I've probably used. The MediaTek MT6737, which is like a entry-level chip, but it's still going to be able to. I played PUBG on here. I played pretty much every game on here. This thing has a large battery, 4150, so it will last all day long. So the gaming speeds are pretty decent on here. Like I said before, it's not going to be like the best one you've ever saw in the world, but as far as gaming, you will be able to get through your most favorite games and things like that. So not the best frame rates when it comes to a game, you know, performance or anything like that, but it runs everything pretty nicely, pretty decently. So here's some food over here. Let me just go grab that. Like I said, guys, I haven't had any issues with this phone. I've been able to game on here. 3 gigabytes of the apps all move to the SD card, so you can expand the storage as well. So just a really good device. But let me know what you think about all 5 of these phones, and I'll get right back with you later, crew. Peace.